Well, I guess a couple of these Marshall Faulk cards now are not useful. Don't call, I know, they're collector's items. I keep them. Marshall Faulk now going behind Dan Wilkinson. It's the first time in the draft that underclassmen have gone 1 and 2. What about number 3? Well, the Washington Redskins are on the clock, and with Mark Rippon gone and Norv Turner in and a whole new regime, you know they're going quarterback. Is it Heath Shuler? Is it Trent Dilfer? But first, let's go to Chris Mortensen, because after Washington, I mean, there's lots of scenarios, and everybody now looks at these two quarterbacks. Who can get up and pick? And Mort, you have an insight as to which way Norv and company, Charlie Casserly, are leaning for this quarterback selection?
Chris, I think Norv Turner's got his Troy Aikman, and it's going to be Heath Shuler. They were open to Shuler or Dilfer, but really Shuler, the better athletic ability, big bones, stronger arm, and they were certainly willing to go with Dilfer, but now it's going to be Shuler, and Norv Turner can get going from this point on.
All right, Mort, of course, we'll be back to you shortly, because there is a scenario, and you heard Tom Jackson talk about it at the beginning, the Colts and others trying to move up to that 4 spot to get the quarterback that Washington doesn't take. Who should Washington take, Joe? You've looked at these two young men extensively.
Well, actually, Chris, I think either one of them would be very good. I would lean toward Heath Shuler. As a matter of fact, Heath Shuler made himself what I think will be the 3rd pick by getting a hold of Dan Henning, former head coach of the Atlanta Falcons and now the head coach at Boston College. His agent, Tom Condon, contacted Henning. He said, listen, I need you to put together a program to help this guy present his package to the National Football League scouts. It took 7 weeks. He managed to do it, had a great work ethic, put a great performance out. That's why he's going to go as I believe, the #1 pick for the Washington Redskins.
Well, hail to the Redskins. The pick is up at the commissioner's podium. Let's see what Norv and Charlie and company have in mind.
With the 3rd pick of the 1st round, the Washington Redskins select Heath Shuler, quarterback, Tennessee. The New England Patriots are now on the clock.
Well, Heath Shuler, now this is the first time the Redskins, Joe, have used the #1 draft pick for a quarterback since 1961, Norm Snead, who they eventually traded to the Philadelphia Eagles for Sonny Jurgensen. They did send a #1 pick in 1974 to Miami to get a quarterback. Do you remember who that was?
I think it was me.
It was.
I'll be darned.
They used the #1 to get you, Joe Theis. But let's now they get another one on Heath Shuler.
Yeah, I think this one's going to be more productive than the other guy. Take a look at their report cards. Really, I'm really splitting hairs on both these guys. I like both of them a lot. Shuler doesn't quite have the arm strength of Dilfer, but gee whiz, it's close. Mechanics, Shuler is fundamentally sounder. Dilfer carries the ball a little bit low. Pocket presence, both of them have the ability to avoid the rush, reload, get the ball down the field. Athletic ability, that to me was the determining factor of why Heath Shuler went ahead of Trent Dilfer. System separation, I think Dilfer was in a more pro-style attack. That WAC conference, you know they're going to throw the ball a lot. You know it's going to go in the air. This is how close I rate them. Deep throwing ability, both of them very close. Dilfer, I think, has the edge. The touch passes, both of them between the short and the medium range, about equal. Rollout ability, Shuler really can get out and create problems for a defense outside the pocket. The reload, that's when they start to go someplace, bring it down and go again. Shuler has the mechanics to make that a better throw. The total package, as you can see, is only, the difference is only 0.9 as I graduated out. I really believe that both these kids are going to be great quarterbacks. Heath Shuler right now fits exactly what Norv Turner needs. They don't need him to play right now. John Freeze is there. They'll be okay. It'll be fine till Heath gets ready to go. Wouldn't be surprised, though, with all the work, if they get Heath Shuler in early enough, if he doesn't open the season as a starting quarterback.
Of course, Meyer did open the season last year at Seattle. The Seacules kind of babysat for a little while with New England for Bledsoe, or maybe John Freeze can do Mike Tolliver, go about 10 or 11 games before they brought Joe Namath in with the Jets in 1965. We go from one quarterback that excelled in this league to another one. Ron Jaworski, your view on Heath Shuler, maybe both QBs. What do you see?
Well, I disagree with Joe on this one. I had Dilfer rated a little bit higher, basically because he came out of a pro-style passing system at Fresno State, which is operated by Jim Sweeney, with a system that he got from one of my old coaches, Dick Vermeil. So I had him just by splitting those hairs a little bit. But with Shuler, you can't go wrong. And I think the one great thing he gives you is escapability. Let's take a look at him in action. Here you'll see Heath on the quick drop, 3-set, ball high, good position, lays it out there perfectly. As Joe said, he's got great touch on the ball, and as my old coach Sid Gilman would say, throw that baby down the chimney. You can see the result is a touchdown. This kid can play. After his big thing is escapability. Now you'll see another, what I call his pocket presence and awareness and his hip rotation. Good ball extension, holds the linebackers, gets the head around real quick to locate the underneath coverage, sets, good balance, good delivery. And I tell you, the main thing is the result, not perfect, but a completion. That's a tough throw going one way, turning, throwing back the other way. I think mechanically he is very sound. Now you see what he's going to have to do with the Norv Turner system. And here is Troy Aikman running that system. And what you're going to see here is the 5-step drop, the plant, and the throw, executed perfectly by Troy Aikman. But one thing we know, Shuler does have the arm. He's got the big gun. And to be effective in the Norv Turner system, you have got to be able to throw the deep out, which you've seen executed, and not only throw that deep out effectively, you got to throw that short post. And that's the one that is on a rope there at about 25 yards. Shuler can get it done. Norv Turner's got to be excited.
All right, Jaws, thank you. And Heath Shuler now becomes the 7th player from Tennessee taken in the first round since '91. I mean, that is a boatload for the Vols. Second in that category, Notre Dame. We'll be back with more from the 59th NFL Draft. The Patriots holding the key to many. We'll be back.